Good morning. It's Monday, December 19th, and that means two things. The perceived value of any gift you give this week will actually be closer to half its real monetary value, so you may as well stick to wish lists if you're looking to maximize the economics of gift giving at the end of the year. It's also time for the lighting industry news brief, and it's brought to you by Keystone Technology and their XVIT vapor-tight fixtures. You know what they are? They're rated IP65 for wet locations. Power select on the box, color select on the box, polycarbonate impact resistant lens on the box, 50,000 hour lifetime, great warranty, great drivers, KeystoneTech.com or the link in the description so they know I sent you. And it is time to save the date for the Nailed Convention. We're at ArcLight 2023 starting a day early. There's been 2 data breaches at Acuity related to ransomware in the past couple of months. That's been reported now. The US DoE is filing a notice of intent to fund a little more than $500 million for community projects under the Energy Efficiency Conservation Block Grant Program under the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act. Ain't that a thing? FSG has bought Westlight. Shaver Yesco will close the deal on Yesco Electrical in February. Luxit has bought Propper's factory. They make automotive lighting. Rail workers rally against congressional intervention because frustrations over paid sick leave and on-call policy remain, despite legislation. Luminous and Current partnered on KSF phosphors. That's a new deal. And we have a fusion energy milestone. We have a single reaction of a bunch of lasers shooting energy into a deuterium-tritium fusion reaction that generated enough energy to power 10 tea kettles. If they can do that 10 times a minute, it'll actually be the future. It will start to be the future. That's what's going to happen. It'll probably be a different reactor type, though, but the future is happening. Leviton has joined the Green Building Initiative as a visionary member. Signify has been named to the Dow Jones Sustainability Index. That's the 6th time in a row. Is there a word for that? The Detroit Tigers, following the Lions by converting their lighting system at Comerica Park. Signify gets an A from the CDP Climate Change Questionnaire. Wolfspeed sponsors a robotics competition at SUNY Polytechnic. We have the IES Illumination Awards are open for submission as of the 4th and will close for early bird registration as of the 31st. Beacon Lighting reinvests return on capital program at 27%. The IALD has set up a Middle East office. That'll be the 11th supported region. Dickman Supply buys Lion Electrical Supply. That's the 5th showroom acquisition for the Ohio company. In legal news, we have a change of venue for Signify v. Menards. That will now be heard in Wisconsin. In events and webinars and other things you can attend, we have Enlighten Europe. It's back. It'll be set for 2023. IES Street and Area Conference is calling for speakers. That deadline is the 23rd of January. On the 10th of January, you can attend Lighting After Dark at the Dallas Market Center. And we have a webinar on pedestrian safety and darkness on the 20th. Ain't that a thing? In IoT news, Nest and other Android devices will now support Matter. Lumen Radio is exercising an over-allotment option, which is a German financial thing I didn't understand because it was in German. Z-Wave bets on open source. They're beta testing third-party chips for the first time. The U.S. Government Accountability Office demands action for better secure internet-connected devices, specifically 16 types of infrastructure. And Marseille, France is pushing back on surveillance. Locals are reacting to connected security cameras in public. In recommended reading, we have Wayne Oldenburg's advice. We have a case study from a Bronx co-op. We have lighting a commercial building. We have the question of whether decorative faux filament bulbs are going out of style. We have understanding DLC Hort 3, reinventing business with IoT. Who's a villain? Who's a victim in this story? From Inside Lighting. Office lighting for migraines. Chris Udall on networked lighting controls. We have a case study of a pedestrian bridge in Ohio. The bad on purpose decorative bulbs. We have IoT for aging in place. We have border issues in India shaking up product availability. 5 industrial IoT challenges and 11 predictions for 2023. All these links on nailed.org. In market predictions, 15% gains for outdoor LED, 7% growth in silicon structural glazing. We have $1 trillion for smart cities by 2027. The OLED market will hit $23 billion, 9% expansion in solar street lighting, $3 billion for tunnel lighting devices, 24% for smart street lighting, partly related to the solar street lighting as well. We have 7% in the LED retrofit space, and 8% growth rate for energy efficient lighting overall. In R&D, we have a new model for spectral sensitivity functions. We have a 15-minute sequence of flashes to drive the circadian clock, as much as a 2 10-minute sequence. We have understanding color and gloss under different lighting conditions. We have charting the threats of blue-rich lighting, and novel tech for silicon lifespan. This is a more stable PDMS for LED lighting. In dark sky news, Roland has issued a 10-point manifesto. We have the question of whether or not we are ready for circadian health at a societal scale. AI estimating population density with light at night. We have the links between sleep and immunity. Light at night changing the nutritional value of dairy milk. We have the IDA seeking local dark sky week proclamations. Blue light pollution causing retinal damage. Allen hazards and regulations in review. Daytime light exposure linked with seasonal sleep disruption. Alex Lee taking another stab at a dark sky bill in California. Dolores, Colorado confronts light pollution from new LED street lamps. Brunswick, Georgia considering nuisance lighting laws. Windsor, Ontario will regulate greenhouse lighting. Brantford, Ontario reports on their outdoor lighting situation. The Hebrides, those are a bunch of islands off the coast of Scotland, celebrating their Dark Sky Festival, and more details on Boulder City's Nevada's Dark Sky Project. In horticultural news, the Irrigation Association has announced their new product contest winners. That was at a trade show in Vegas. In People News, Terry McGowan has received the John Bachner Presidential Award. Dan Darby named the NLB Person of the Year. Juan Suarez has been picked as Director of Product Management at Europhase. In local news, Corpus Christi, Texas is replacing their purple streetlights. Orlando has some streetlights that have turned purple. And we have a purple parking lot in Hannaford, Maine. And I bring this up because Acuity and their subsidiary American Lighting are disrespecting their customers by not having a dedicated refund portal or a recall notice by now. And the conspiracy community is really latching onto it, and there are no benign conspiracy theories, and it's bad for us all. California will be reducing the incentives on solar panels. We have $4 million in the Pittsburgh budget for lighting replacements. Michigan has saved $53 million after their efficiency program. Philadelphia has a new C-PACE project for exterior lighting. North Carolina is adding new lighting in Raleigh. Niagara U switching over to LED. Arizona has approved an efficiency grant program for homeowners. 2 schools in Wisconsin have won an energy challenge. Smith Falls, Ontario has passed their energy targets for the next few years. And Wheaton, Illinois schools have approved 200 projects. In international scene, Barbados will be banning some bad bulbs. Orion will be retrofitting 5 Department of Defense bases overseas. We have 50 lighting towers donated to Kiev, and the ILP issuing guidance for road and street lighting vis-a-vis the EU energy crisis. And things you can make a better SAD lamp. You can also pipe laser light with homemade fiber couplings, and 800 illuminated Santas moving through Portland, because Portland. Anyhow, have a great week. I've been Scott Wachter. Enjoy your music. Thanks to our sponsors. Thank you for listening. See ya.
Summer made me lose my glasses in the snow. Put a cold hands up my back when I said no. And she took the beer bottle from my hand and said, there's a church I know where we can raise some hell. Losers on a Christmas Eve. See out 1983. We were losers on a Christmas Eve. Please forget. the shepherds wash their socks at midnight mass. Shout the Holy Goat, she dead me, we'll run fast. Then she kicked my left shoe all the way back home, and she made a perfect angel in the virgin snow. Losers on a Christmas Eve. See out 1983. We were losers on a Christmas Eve. Please forgive us, for we know not what we do. So you went and built a snowman, but I'm sure that carrot doesn't go there. 30 Christmases have passed us, and we're still the losers that we were. Losers on a Christmas Eve. See out 1983. We were losers on a Christmas Eve. Please forgive us for